We ready to roll?
Yep.
Yeah, hook in.
First on the team
It's great to have you with us.
from Memphis, Tennessee.
Get your VCRs ready. Get your VCRs ready.
Make it squeal like a pig, Johnny, squeal like a pig.
Big John Daly.
G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of the Preferred Lies podcast. We are the home of good golf and better chat. My name's Nick, I'm your host, and joining me tonight we've got two of the best, Mr. Simwu Lee and Mr. Adam King. Boys, how are we going tonight?
Going pretty good, mate. Thanks for asking.
Pretty good, I should have been more specific.
Awkward
Kingy,
pause.
how are you?
I'm well, Mr. Reese. How you going, brother?
Yeah, going good, mate, going strong. Looking forward to the weekend. We're halfway through, we're on hump day now, so yeah, really looking forward to having a break and
We had a nice little celebration on the weekend.
Yeah, got a little birthday party for the young fella, Big Lenny. Shout out Lenny. So yeah, going down to the park and kick some footies and
Yeah, me and Jimmy going to come along. It's going to be great.
yeah, I think he's going to froth it. He's going to love it. So yeah, really looking forward
Got some
to the
fairy
weekend.
bread or what's
Yep, I'm going to bring a
BYO
barbecue
fairy
and I'm going to maybe roll some hossos and
Hell yeah.
just nice little intimate, quiety one, and let the little 5-year-olds go spastic on the play equipment and footballs and run and
Awesome.
yeah,
Sick.
be good times. Simwu, how you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
good.
What's been happening in the great world of Simwu?
Everything, mate. It's all
Yeah, right.
happening. Ripping and tearing.
Busy
Yes. Flat stick.
with like that. You've been playing a bit of golf.
I've been practicing a little bit more.
What are we up to now? Day
We're probably on day 7 or 8. And then we
trying
went
not to suck.
Yeah, try not to be so shit. Made some progress. Went out on Saturday afternoon with the juniors again.
While the ball and chain was out having a
Yes.
fat time.
Yeah, while she was out gallivanting around the town.
I saw you let one behind the wheel too. Yeah, that was the year.
So it's testing, yeah.
Seatbelts on?
Driver testing. Yeah, seatbelts are on.
Excellent.
So yeah, both the little ones. We also had a visitor with us. So my cousin has a farm in Flagstone Creek, Nine Farms, no free ads. And what they do for some of their workers is they have the 88-day visa people. So people who have come to the country, they have to do farm work as part of their visa. So they open their farm up for those people. So I had a young gentleman from Netherlands named Yuri. He came out with us. He was a 7 handicap in the Netherlands.
Really?
So
How did he go?
We had a fat old time.
Yuri.
He had a buggy, and then we were in a buggy as well. And yeah, we trotted around another little 2-hour 9-hole run, and yeah, we had a great time. It was good.
How'd Yuri strike him?
Yeah, good. Driver is pimped, so he doesn't have his clubs here, so he's using my cousin's clubs, and they're a full set of Adams golf clubs from a while ago.
From the 90s,
you
I
know,
think.
like titanium driver and all that sort of stuff, but graphite
a
shafts.
clunk?
So
Like
no
a-
graphite, like ting, the real tingy ones.
Yep.
Anyway, he's pumping it. Driver, real good. His irons, he strikes them well, but he was a little bit wayward, so a little bit left, a little bit right.
Just the flex, you think, in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
graphite shaft? Yeah.
But the driver was pimped. He was putting me to shame. So
Awesome.
yeah, we had a good time, and he's pretty chill, pretty relaxed. We went up and had a drink, and he had a wine in the bar afterwards. And
A wine? Is that a European thing?
he said, "Do you want a beer? Sauv Blanc." I'm like, "Okay, done."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, right.
No, we had a good old time. We got in. There was a few little spits and spats, but then once we got in, it started pouring rain. So we got in just
Good
in time.
timing.
Yeah, we had like 12 mil that afternoon. So
That was a Saturday, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
That was the day that you and me had an Ambrose that day.
We did.
We did. Shout out to the P-Man, the Shark Eyes George Perry, and Big
Fremos.
Fremos joined us. And we didn't start real good, did we? We were just sort of plodding around a little bit there for a bit, sort of 1-2, like just par. We thought, we probably missed an opportunity on 3. I think we parred 4. And then all of a sudden it was like a switch flicked and we went on a tear. We were texting Mitch and Mitch said, righto, I think we were 3 deep coming up onto the 9th. And he said, righto, you need 8. I want to see you go 8 deep today. And by the end, Kingy had a sore set of thighs and back because he carried us a little bit there for a bit. But we ended up 10 deep off the stick,
Very good.
which was good. It could have been a little bit better. Big Georgie on 10, because we've got the punch greens at the minute, have to hit everything a bit harder. And Georgie hit this thing very hard. and hit the back of the hole and probably bounced, what do you reckon, 6 inches in the air.
Oh, yeah. We had some elevation
and
about it.
almost dropped in. And
Almost
just
dropped in for eagle, yeah.
Yeah. So we could have been a little bit better, but I think we ended up third on the day.
Second or third, yeah. I think, third it was, yeah. Which was pretty handy considering, the handicap that we had. But, boys played well. It was good fun. We had a fat time, plenty of laughs. Old Pez got a little bit angry with himself there until we got a Crush Organics CBD gummy into him, and he settled down a little bit. And then, unfortunately, we were getting pretty close to the end, and we still needed a drive off Pez. Got to the 16th, and he top fucked one maybe 4 meters at a stretch.
Yeah, it wasn't his
path?
longest one.
Didn't make it over the path. Okay. No. So he picked that up and was very disgusted with himself. It was quite derogatory, calling himself some very interesting names. And then
some gun to indie words we call those.
Yeah. Well, they can't be repeated on a podcast of this kind of stature, that's for sure. And then we front up. I think he just had enough time.
I'll be right, boys. I'll get one away on the next.
Yeah.
We're just super confident.
Front up to the 17th, and we're like, mate, we really need you here because this is the par 5. We probably want a birdie so we can get a little bit ahead here. We definitely don't want you coming to the 18th, which is a downhill par 3 into a bit of a breeze, with everything on the line, the way that he'd been hitting his irons as well. And then he proceeded to get up and belt the fuck out of this thing up to the 200 metre marker.
Yeah. The big boy just banged into the wind a little bit, I'm pretty sure.
So nice low little penetrator, and then we proceed to get up to the ball, and he moves it out, obviously, because we need a little bit of space. It was literally sitting on the marker.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, how far we got in, boys? I said, mate, turn around. I know you're from Gundawindi, but the number's fucking right behind you there, champion. And
if only there was a way that the club could tell us how far we had in. Shut up.
Yeah. And then I think we ended up there, and then a chip, and then ended up birdieing that one as well after looking at the scorecard there. So, and then a lucky birdie on the 18th as well. I think Fremont dropped a nice little bomb into that red flag from
I hit a good
18
little
foot
one.
or something.
Yeah, I hit a good little one just right of the front pin there.
Yeah, that's right. So we had a birdie finish to end up 10
Fremont
under.
putted the house down.
Yeah, he was our lead-off putter, and he
held the majority.
I think I had maybe 4 putts all day.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Is he still rocking the spider?
Yep.
Yeah, loves it.
So it's going well for him.
Black spider, yeah.
Black spider.
Yeah, the black and gold or
it's
bronzy,
sexy
isn't it?
as,
It's a good looking putter. But
Love that.
shout out Fremont Pezza for an awesome round. A bit of less serious golf now. Kingy, you went to the mid amateurs, the Queensland mid amateurs. You've only just gotten back yesterday.
That's right. Yep. Come back yesterday afternoon. Had a pretty rough trot first day. For those that have played Royal Pines, we played the green and gold, which is the championship course. We don't play off the blacks, which is good because we're middle amateurs, which means we're old boys. So I think it's from 30 or 35 through to 55 years old, or 54. So we're playing off the blues, which is stretched out enough. And there's a couple of decent, long, traditional, genuine par 5s. There's a couple of gettable par 5s.
Couple of 3-hitters,
as well. And a couple of par 4s that you can get on as well. But a lot of water, a lot of water, and a lot of bunkers around there as well with a lot of sand in it. And really, soft Gold Coast sand. And unfortunately, a lot of the old boys don't know how to rake a fucking bunker either. So you do end up in some shit if you do get into the bunkers. So that can be pretty tricky to get out of. As is evidenced by one that I knifed over a green into the water when I was setting myself up for a nice little birdie, an eagle chip. After a sexy drive and then a nice 4-iron. Yeah, knifed the fucker off the back of the green because I was in a divot. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. So really tough day first day. I think I shot in the 90s. First time I've shot in the 90s in quite a while. But it was probably this time last year when I was at Royal Pines that I shot in the 90s, to tell you the truth. So I was 21 over, and then that kind of come into day 2 and you're like, well, it doesn't matter now. So, and I think I shot at 85 the next day. Putted pretty well both those days, both under 33, 34 putts, which was pretty good.
Very
and
nice,
just couldn't find, actually round 2 story is pretty cool. We started on the front side. I think I started on the 4th hole, double bogeyed the very first one.
Great start.
Just missed a birdie putt on my 2nd hole, which was the 5th par, and then threw a nice little wedge into the 6th hole on that side, and a tap-in birdie, which was good. Then went birdie, so birdied that, parred the next, drove the green on the next one, which is the drivable par 4, while unfortunately there was a green group still putting on there. I didn't shout for because I didn't think I hit it that well until they all walked off and there's a ball still sitting on the green. So I went and apologised, left the eagle putt a little bit short, dropped in the birdie putt, and then birdied the 9th as well. So I was 1 under through 6.
Bang.
and then proceeded to top my next driver into the water. And then, the wheels well and truly come off, probably all three at once. I think I went double bogey, triple bogey, double bogey to.
You're a three-wheeler. You don't have four wheels. If you have four wheels, probably a little bit better.
Yeah, I could have just lent on that front left one. It would have been
King of trike fame.
Yeah. So it was. I putted pretty well those first 2 days, and then kind of lost the putter or just lost the will to live in round 3. But still bettered my score from the day before. So round 2 shot an 85, round 3 shot an 84. So if I can shoot in around mid 80s around Royal Pines consistently, then I'm pretty happy. But yeah, the 93 hurt a little bit, but had a fat time. It's always a challenge, and I always walk away from there going, why am I here?
Yeah.
But
This
I'm
is
really
fifth year now?
Yeah, 4th or 5th. I'm really looking forward to going back again next year now.
Next year, yeah.
Weather was good, a little bit of wind, but nothing stupid. Not like we've had in previous. No gust, no lightning, no rain. So just like a good consistent kind of 15 to 20 kilometres per hour, which makes a couple of the holes a little bit longer, but concrete greens, so you've got to land everything short. It's very different to playing in Toowoomba because
no hit and stick.
No, exactly right. Yeah, so you got to plan for that unless you're right in on it, or you can throw a lob wedge. The lob wedge is the only one that's really stopping if you can get a bit of spin on it. But even then, you're not spinning it. It's not bouncing 8 metres. It's bouncing 2 metres. Exactly right. So it's a good challenge, something a little bit different. Really tight lies in and around the greens, but it's an immaculate course. It's a really gorgeous course. Just fucking tough and grainy greens.
And you had a little crew from Toowoomba Golf Club that went down. Shiny went down.
Shiny did go down. Beast was there as well. He'd come over from Perth. So I got to catch up with him a couple of times, had a couple of beers with him.
So it's a good little crew that goes over too.
Usually Webby's there. Webby wasn't there this year. I'm not sure where he was. Moran's usually there. There's usually a bunch of them. I think a couple of the boys have aged out. I don't think Webby has aged out. He's pretty old though. So maybe he has aged out. But yeah, unfortunately, there was only 3 of us that were playing from Toowoomba. But there's a lot of blokes, a couple there from City, a couple of the Pennants boys. So shout out to Ray and Timsy as well was there, who both played some pretty decent golf as well. So always good to catch up with some of those lads and some of the boys I've played with over the last 2 or 3 years as well. You do develop a cool little relationship with some of those. You're like, how'd you go? Or even guys that you play with through the comp as well. You see them the next day and you sit down and have a beer with them. Or it's good. It's a really cool competition. And it's good to test yourself. Boys come from everywhere. There was a busful come down from Rockhampton. Bryce Heel was there, Bryce from softball and Andrew Mansfield. We caught up with him a couple of times. So, it's a good get-together. Tough golf, but everyone's there and everyone realises that it's fucking tough, except for the guys. I think the winner shot 4 over or something over the 3.
So it's not a par.
Not a super gettable. Yeah,
No.
Shiny did shoot a 1 under on the second round so he had a 20-shot turnaround from his first round. He shot a 91 on the first one and then a 71 on the second day, and I think he ended up 3 over or something on round 3.
So he'd be ruining the first round.
He shot, so I think his 3rd hole for the day, round 3, eagled, which was a par 5, and then birdied 1-2 later. So it was 3 under through maybe 7 or 8 holes, and then went on a bit of a bogey run to give a few of them back. But he was definitely the best placed Toowoomba, that's for sure, Shiny.
Yeah. Big shout out, Shiny. We're big fans of him. I wouldn't mind going down. Maybe I need to play a little bit. What do you reckon the highest handicap was? Probably, I think I saw a 6 on the leaderboard.
They do say that
you kind of need to be under.
Well, you can nominate if you're under, say, within the age bracket, and then under 14.9 is your nominations.
Yeah, there wasn't a
lot.
But
I didn't see too many double digits in there.
No. So that's, if you're thinking about going down, be single figures and be good. Don't be bad at golf. Let's jump in to the front 9 side of things. Before we do, I've had a lot of interest about the towels that we had on and that the boys have been sort of toting around on their kits. I was lucky enough to hear back from Mick from Vic, our supplier. We've got a price on them now, so now we can officially launch a bit of a pre-order for you guys. So if you're interested in getting a preferred lies towel, little golf towel, they're good. If you haven't seen them, we'll put a post up on the socials around them, but they're really good. The ones that we're going to pre-order and sell, they're not going to be personalised. They're just going to have the PLP logo. Jump on. We're going to do a bit of a deal. We're going to do them for $30, which I think is very, very reasonable. So if you want to jump on, flick me an email, info@preferredliesgolf.com. You can also send us a DM, or if you see one of us on the course, just hit us up and we'll tell you how you can get the cash into us, and we're going to launch a pre-order probably in the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. We'd like to get the first batch done, and then we'll get them up. We can get them overnighted. So once we've got them ordered and done, they're usually sort of a 3 days to get done, and then here within a day or two. So you're looking at about a week turnaround from after we place the order. So we'll put a 3-week turnaround on that, sort of the end of this month, start of October. Get in touch with us and help support us by buying a PLP towel. Sweet. All right, let's jump into the front nine, brought to you by our friends at Build Right Constructions. Build Right Innovations, I should say. They specialise in crafting high-quality new builds and renos, extensions, anything that you can think of, they will have a look at it for you. They are a family-owned business. They prioritise genuine, transparent service, ensuring every client feels heard and valued. Give Jack a call. His number's in the show notes, but you can give him a call at 0403 760 176. Build Right Innovations, where would we be without you? Now, review time, Procore Championship. Simwu, you sum this up best in the content chat. 3 words, Scotty fucking Scheffler. Do you want to take this one away, mate?
He did it again.
Again.
Before we get and start glazing a bit of Scotty, Maverick, he did sort of have a small defecation there at the end. He was
Was
on
it
it's a par 5 finishing
Yeah.
hole. It's on the green in 2, and he 3 putts for par
To miss the playoff.
to not
4
force the
footer for
playoff.
birdie to force the
Yeah.
playoff.
It was a good lag. It was a big lag putt, wasn't it? 40,
Yeah.
40 foot,
So
40
he did
plus.
the first one right.
Yeah, got it to inside the 4 foot circle.
Yeah, and then
He
just-
did everything right as far as the lag went. Like, I watched it back and I was like, oh, how did he miss this one? Like, it's, yeah.
Exactly. So he obviously played pretty well all tournament, but really it was Scotty's third round 64 with a double with a Michael.
That's insane.
So eight under for those playing at home, par 72. And on round 3, he had a Michael on 14, which was a par 4. So he flubbed a chip.
Yeah, went into the sand.
Went into the sand, and
Yeah.
then he hit the bunker shot far. It wasn't real close. He had
Missed
a
the
big long
comebacker.
putt, missed the comebacker. And
I was
double.
watching at that point. That was early in the morning, and I was having a coffee and me brekkie, and I saw him in the sand. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, he's usually not there. Huh? And then he smoothed it out, and I'm like, oh fuck, like is he done? And even the commentators were saying, oh, it's hard to be up for this long. Like he's done well up to this point, but he's starting to show some signs of fatigue and wear. And nope.
No, he birdied the next hole.
You're fucking kidding
birdie
me.
par,
Like,
birdie to finish. So that 8 under really sort of got him within sniffing distance, which is a very vast distance for him. He can sniff from anywhere.
Big schnoz.
But yeah, that was really the round that got him going. Probably a big shout out to Jackson, the koi fish Coivan, amateur,
Yeah,
who
amateur,
played
yeah.
in this round. So he
Up
was
fourth?
Yeah, T4 with Lanto Griffin, I believe. Emilio Grillo. Lanto Griffin came third.
Maverick brother.
Yeah. So T4, so he had a pretty rough final round. Just 1 under on the final round. He was even par across the front with a birdie and a bogey, and had two bogeys on the back 9. And
Just
a
couldn't
bit of
get it
a-
going.
Yeah, just couldn't get it going. He was really good up until then. So he's 15 under through the first 3 rounds, which is pretty good. He was like T3, T2 for most of the time in the final group on the last day.
just sort of treaded water at the end there.
Yeah, but that's good. He just finished. He hasn't been doing too much. He just won the Walker Cup for the Americans, pretty much on his own.
Yeah.
He come out on the final day and
Stripe show.
threw his stuff around. So no, he's doing well. It's a name to watch in the future. It was
Is
definitely
he
worth watching.
in the Simwu stable, or
he
is
is.
it too early?
He is. No, he is definitely.
He's in there.
Yeah.
You've claimed him.
Earned his place.
He has. So yeah, other notable people down the leaderboard. Not really anyone. So yeah.
Nothing tonight. Any highlights from you, King Man? Did you catch much of this one, or were you were sort of in and out and
I
around?
kind of saw little bits and pieces. It was pretty good time actually, like because some of the groups didn't tee off until
late.
Yeah, like 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning.
11:30. They were still going.
Yeah, so it was pretty
It was
cool
great.
to be able
Yeah,
to see your bed. Obviously,
Eating breakfast and
Yeah.
watching golf. Yeah.
Yeah, so I jumped on. I watched the highlights of the final round yesterday when I got back from Royal Pines, and there was a stripe show. It was pretty sexy to watch, but it would have been interesting to see kind of what happened because Scotty was pretty quiet first couple of rounds, wasn't he? Like he didn't really break through until that 3rd round, as you said.
Yep.
Is that just classic Scotty now? Is he just a
Well, it was only
in and around, then just goes fucking bang.
6 under after first 2 rounds.
Do you
Then went
do you
8
reckon
under,
the
5 under.
Do you reckon the rest of the mules were like, oh no, Scotty's coming to ruin our fucking day? Obviously, the mules use this autumn series to kind of, or the fall series to get their points up. It's the start of the FedEx season for them.
Need
So
something.
they want a head start. They want some cash in the bank to set them up for their season to kind of, and in comes Scotty and takes the fucking $2.5 million purse out from underneath.
Well, and they're trying to get points.
Yeah, exactly.
To get back in.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
This, that's what some of these guys are doing. Like there's all
It's
of,
like,
all of them are
I
there.
need these points if I want to keep my card.
And the
Like, I
Ryder
need-
Cup guys have just taken a lot of those points. Admittedly, not a lot of them featured in the the top runners there, but yeah,
Not a
still.
lot of the pro course.
They would have pushed a lot
Scotty
of
took
those
a lot.
other ones down. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you, Scotty. Well done.
Thanks, Scotty. Anything more on the pro course before we move on to the?
We did have a short thing with Adam King going on
sorry,
there.
yes,
JT actually shat the bed round
He
4.
did.
He shot a 3
3
over,
over, yeah.
which
Dirty one.
absolutely blew out my short thing with Adam King, 72-hole match bet multi versus Paddy C. So that was the only leg that I missed. I'm not sure if he probably had 2 under. A 5-shot swing would have got him over the top of Paddy C. Maverick Griffin, of course, got up over Harris English, and Spound got up over the Big C as well. So the other 2 legs come through. The other one was a created bet, which was any 2 of JT, Burnsy, and Paddy C to top 10. Burnsy was the only one that got somewhat close with a T13, Paddy C T30, and then JT, he was 69th. Nice.
Very nice.
So we're in autumn mule season form for the short thing with Adam King.
Yeah,
So
exactly right. Yeah,
Just
roughies.
trying to find our feet until we get into the season.
In comes Scotty and just fucking fucks it up for everyone. Not that it would have helped. But JT, seriously, like you think he would have bought his fucking A game 2 weeks out from the Ryder Cup and shoots
Needs
a 3
something.
over when everyone else, I don't think anyone else in the Ryder Cup team shot an over round.
No.
He was the only one.
He was the only one.
Yeah, right.
And he saved it for the last.
Perfect. Just to ruin the short thing with Adam King too. I'm sure he had that in the back of his mind. Maybe the added pressure.
Too much pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, added pressure.
He was
Pressure
checking
does
it.
funny things.
He
Yeah,
had his
he
phone
was.
out. He was checking the short thing with Adam King during the round.
He put me on the feed. What the fuck? Yeah.
Can't handle the pressure.
Pressure makes diamonds. BMW PGA Championship. Other side of things. Alex Noren. Is it Noren? Am I saying that right?
Noren, I think.
Noren. Getting the job done. He's from Finland.
He is. Noren.
In it. Vinland with a V. Got the job done here in a playoff over Frenchman Adrian Sadier with Simwu's favourite.
He's a Swede, sorry. Alex
Is he?
Noren. Yeah, he's a Swede.
Swede.
I was gonna say he's
We
not
are
finished.
yellow, we are
blonde
blue,
hair.
we are Sweden. Yeah, I always get them two mixed up. P. Reid at third of Simwu had to shave in a goatee fame because he didn't make the Ryder Cup team. Where is the goatee? I thought he had to keep that for a week.
No, I don't believe there was any rules.
Ryder Cup week, it definitely has to be back. So you get growing again.
God.
Well, we do have some video evidence of it, but
We
yeah,
do.
it's got to be
It
here
was
for Ryder
hardy
Cup
too.
week,
Yeah, I was a big fan of it.
which begins next Monday. So it is an entire week.
Maybe stop growing. Start
Did you
growing.
shave it off directly after the podcast last
So we
week?
can do it at home. Yeah.
Well, not directly after on Thursday morning before I went to work.
Classic. I love that.
You weren't rocking up to the office with that in.
Yeah. Hey boys, like, we've hired a
No,
dog, fellas.
that's the bet, mate. You need
Probation
to
period.
wear it to work for a week and give us some photo evidence. I'll give you access to the Preferred Lies Instagram page, and you can give us some live updates
stories.
every day. Stories.
Actually, I'm working at a well camp next week, so I'll be able to
Just
come
check
out
in.
and do some live. I'll do some live stories. or
Make sure he's
something.
not adding it in after production.
Yeah. I'll hold up a
Little Simwu Saki.
picture of the Chronicle to just the verify. A few Ryder Cup boys here did quite well. Tyrell Hutton,
Is he
Victor,
Is he in the form of his life?
surely.
It has been for it's not
probably
not
gonna-
recent form. It's got to be 18 months, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I remember.
Is he the only guy that's gone to live besides Bryson that's got better?
Joaquin?
Well, not better outside of live though.
Yeah,
Better good on
true.
live.
Yeah, true.
But outside of live, Bryson, yes, one major, blah blah blah. Brooks won one, but he's fallen
That
off.
was early on.
He's
yeah.
fallen off. But Terrell
Arlo?
is consistently good.
He's very good. Very good.
Rumbo was always good though. He
Yeah,
hasn't
he
got
was
better.
too. Yeah.
Tyrrell's
Just
got better.
maintained his awesomeness.
Yeah, yes.
Rumba.
Yeah. I don't know. Just had to throw that
Yeah,
in there.
that's good. I do like that.
Got
What
a lot
about
of
Big
respect
Leash?
for
I
little
reckon Big,
teapot.
big leash has improved, but again, it's hard because he's only playing against the dudes from Liv.
A little bit less pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only other one that stands out. Or maybe Herbert.
Yeah,
went,
Herbie.
Herbie went on a
Herbie
bit
went-
of a run there.
he went bananas.
Where he was. That is fucking all time.
He did go bananas.
Oh, that's so good. Victor the Inflictor and Matty Fitz, along with Tyrrell, all tied fifth in this one. So good signs for the Euro Ryder Cup guys, all sort of showing a bit just in time for next week.
Yep.
What do we make of this one, boys? You guys?
One shot behind those guys in fifth, T11, Minwoo Lee,
Mingers, yeah.
Tom McKibben from
Sunnybank fame.
Sunnybank, no.
Shout out team.
John Rahm was 2 shots behind that, 13 under. Rory was 12 under with Ludwig and Rasmus Nygaard Peterson and Waco.
What was the winning score?
The winning score was 19.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
five,
I mean, they showed-
7 shots back.
Once again, the televised component was sensational. Afternoon, evening viewing, feature groups were sensational.
Yeah.
All the
Big
first two
boys
rounds.
too. They had some really
Yeah.
good names.
Strong groups.
And they were following, like, even come round 3 when Rory wasn't really in the mix, but they were following him pretty
Yeah.
closely. They'd froth him over there. Yeah.
Well, that's what gets the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But pretty cool
I
to
was
watch.
watching it for Rory. Like, yeah.
I think they were playing 3-man on the third
Yep.
and fourth round, and
Yep.
preferred lies too because of all the
Yes.
rain that they'd had. So that's probably why the score was so good. Soft, but high scoring and pretty exciting coming down the back end there.
Yeah, it's a gettable course for most of those guys, but the rough is thick, but the fairways are relatively wide in the most part. But because they got a lot of angle on them, you've sort of got to aim for a side of the fairway.
Aim top right. It's going to run to
Where
the
was
left.
that, Wentworth, was it?
Yeah, a lot of downhill runs and all that. Yeah, it's a good course to watch. We also had just a couple other guys. Elvis Smiley, 10 under.
That's a good shot.
And Adam Scott, 9 under.
Scotty went back to his broomstick putter after round 1. Did we see that?
One round with the
No thanks.
with the
This
traditional-
isn't for me. There we go.
Kazuma Kabori, 8 under.
Of an Iron Heads phone.
Of Australian PGA fame. Hao Tong Lee, 3 under. So
The Chinese fucking
Like a-
rebounder.
the rebounder. Yep.
He's a tall lad.
Chinese rebounder. Yao Ming. He was Chinese, wasn't he? Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Man, if he stayed fit.
Sure.
Oh, game over. Any other highlights from this one, fellas?
No, it was just a playoff to win there. So it was.
It was a playoff of a Frenchman, Adrian Sadier.
Yep. No, it was good.
Was it
Good
just a
event.
one holer playoff?
Couldn't tell you.
It was 2 holes. The first one was a draw, and they moved on to hole 2, where Alex Noren got the win over Frenchman Adrian Sadier.
Did
So-
they play the same hole again, or did they move
No,
on
they moved
to?
on to a par 3.
Oh, really?
80% not confident, 20%. I'm pretty sure it went to 2 playoff holes.
Roger.
So do you know?
I did read in the I did Patrick Reed in the
Have
in
a
the
Patrick
review
Reed of
when
it.
I was doing it. Yeah, I was doing a Patrick Reed.
Do you know there's only 4 people that have won the BMW PGA Championship? More
what?
than- BMW PGA Championship.
What he said the first time?
No, so by hole.
Only 4 people have won it.
More than Alex Noren. He's won it twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who are this for?
Couldn't tell you.
Old Alex Noren.
Not from Switzerland,
Yeah.
not from Finland.
He's
No,
won
no,
it twice.
Sweden.
Yeah.
There's about 8 people that have won it twice, but
Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweden.
8?
yeah. No, 8 people that have won it twice, and then like 4 people that have won it 3 or more.
All right.
So yeah.
Who's
There you
won,
go.
who's
Bit
won
of
it
trivia.
3 more times?
That's a good stat.
You going to name them for us?
Nope.
Nope. Excellent.
that's
Moving
fair.
on.
I'm the gatekeeper
know-
of all information. I only let out what I want.
Do you know they put barcodes on the Swedish Navy's boats so they can Scandinavian? Moving right along, did you have a short thing with Adam King on the
No,
BMW
no, I
PGA?
didn't. No,
absolute
no,
shit fight.
no.
Similar, we've been inundated. We've been flooded with requests for dong updates. Can you provide us with a dong update? There were some happy dongs, there were some droopy dongs, and there were some just average dongs.
First up, how many dongs were circumcised? How many actually made the cut?
So two of the gang made it in, and to be honest, probably wasn't our best week. We didn't do that well. So Dongmin Kim finished strong in the final round with 4 under to post a 6 under,
Brought it home strong. Yeah.
with 18 under being the winning score. So we really don't want to talk about the other guys. They didn't play that well.
Okay.
It's not their time to be in the spotlight. But speaking of other people,
It can be scary in the spotlight. You
Lights,
get,
lights off when I'm doing dong.
yeah, you get the cameras around, things get a bit droopy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kazugi
Sorry.
Higa. Kazugi Higa won it.
I know, I was saying bless you. I thought you sneezed.
No. And then we had from Aussies, we had Travis Smythe T8 and
T-Rav.
from New Zealand, Nick Boat T12.
I think that's pretty good.
So
that's
some
good.
pretty good results out there for the semi-locals.
Yeah, for
Not so good to be a dong.
No, so we're off to the Uganda TPC this week. So
I
hopefully,
thought that was it, yeah.
yeah. And then we got the Taiwan Masters on week after that.
We've
So.
got 4 dongs in the field again, or
No, they tap
We
out.
dongless.
They're career centric, so they sort of stay and do the career scene, and that's
Okay.
where they make their money. So
apparently.
that was it.
Plenty of money if you're a good dog in Korea.
Yep.
Something for the audience to know. Boys, that about wraps up the front 9 side of things. Do we have anything else before we want to...
What do you want to do a preview for
Yeah, let's do a
next week,
preview.
maybe? For
I forgot about the preview.
FedEx Open.
I just got so carried away with all the dongs.
Good. You do get a bit
And-
excited when you're
He
surrounded
does.
by
He does.
dongs.
My bongs, yeah. I actually put the preview on this heckin' part of the sheet. I usually split the sheets into front 9, back 9, so that's what tricked me up. I'm going to blame myself
Good excuse.
with that one. A FedEx Open de France. Somewhere to lead the preview.
Yeah, right. So we're in France,
France.
but we're about 25
Do you say
k's.
France or France?
France.
Do you have a dance in France or do you have a dance in France?
Francois?
25k west of Paris. So we're at. You ready?
Yes.
Pronunciation of the golf course.
Le.
No, there is a la. Saint-Nom le Brech. So I actually
Oh.
listened
You've
to
done
that
that
on
well.
Google. Yep.
Google.
Saint-Nom
Le
le Brech.
Brech.
So normally we're at Le Golf National for this one, but it's actually getting renoed at the moment.
Oh.
So this is normally
Where they played
course
the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup course.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And the Olympics. Was it Le Golf National?
Yeah, I think it was.
Le
Yeah.
Golf
Yeah.
National.
No, it was. You don't have
Yeah.
to think it was. It was.
Oui, yeah.
Your play?
So we're not there. So we're at a Fred Hawtrey designed course, Saint-Nom le Brech. So they have.
Fuck, you do
it's
that
a-
well. Le Brech.
Yeah, well. So it's a double course made into a composite for tournaments. So it's a rogue and a blau course, but it's red and blue.
Sorry.
Blau.
Blah.
But yeah, they combine it for a composite course. So obviously, no one can forget Dan Bradbury winning it last year when it was at Le Golf National.
Is that Steve's brother?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
8 blokes
he's-
fell over in front of him.
Yeah.
Come through
There
there.
was a lightning strike on the 18th. And
So he's
Brad
very,
survived.
very exciting to get back. So 16 under won it last year at that course. The interesting thing about this course, there's not a lot of info out there, not in English anyway, that I can translate. But it has a closing par 3,
Oh.
which not many courses except for
Finish with, yeah.
Royal Middle Ridge have a closing par 3. So
That's interesting considering it's a composite course that they actually planned
they
it
go,
to
no,
be.
we'll have a par 3
par
to
three
finish
finisher.
it.
Yeah,
So
we'll
they-
end it on the...
they're saying
the
it's going to
one-shotter.
be, exciting. It could all come down to whoever can stick a good
Throwing
iron
a
shot.
dart, yeah.
Hole in
try
one
that
of the
at the end.
last. Poach it.
Yeah. So
Le Steve. Poisson. You haven't seen that?
Yes. Right.
Le Poisson Steve.
Poisson
Steve.
the right. I'll just wait for you guys to finish.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Have you-
Your podcast, mate.
Have- no, it's our podcast.
Yeah, it's
have
our
you,
podcast.
Have you seen the Le Poisson Steve?
No.
I'm going to bring it up right now.
Yeah. You'll understand when you see it. You go,
Okay.
oh, that's why you interrupted me. Thank you.
So I think we were looking at last week at tournaments had a field rating of about 200, being pretty weak.
Yep.
This one's got a field rating of $1.50. So not a super strong field, but we do have a lot of Aussies going over to
Who do we
make the
have?
trip. So I actually identified this first on social media because I follow a lot of them. Woozy, Mika, Elvis,
Boys
a
trip.
couple other guys in France. Getting some baguettes, having a good time. Yeah. So they're all over there.
Couple snails.
So
Escargot.
probably the highest ranked player in the field is Corey Connors from Canada. So he's 26 in the world. Then you got Ryan Fox, Thomas Dietrich,
Foxy.
Min Woo, Harry Hall, Michael Kim, and then you get down to Marcel Seam, Alex Fitzpatrick.
Some good names in there.
Alex
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
That's my French pronunciation of it.
Shout out my mum who's in France as well for it. I'm going to see if she'll stop by and get me a flag. She was in Italy last week. She's like, hey, what do you want from Italy? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll send it to you off air. It's much more, much funnier off air.
but yeah, that's the FedEx Open de France. So
Open de France.
I'm sure Kingy's got a very hot lineup here for us.
There is a lineup there. I'm not sure how hot it is. I did dip into a created bet again just because I couldn't be asked going any deeper into the field. Harry Hall is the betting favourite, paying $10.
Yeah, right.
The betting favourite. Corey Connor's paying $11. Jordan,
Sorry.
you all right, Hookin? What do you got?
Harry Hall, he's the one.
Yep.
Did you hear the sledge when he drove? My dad wants his hat back. Like,
Did you that?
yeah, that was a good one.
Jordan Smith, Michael Kim. Jordan Smith at 21, so he's the third betting favourite. Michael Kim and Old Ming Wu as well from Sunnybank, paying $23.
Okay.
Sure thing with Adam King this week. We are at the FedEx Open de France, and we are playing at where?
Golf de Saint-Normand, de Brecht. I don't know, something like that.
Steve
Caught me
Lau.
off guard.
Sorry, mate. You got the pronunciation down pat before. So we got two bets. We got a created bet. We got any two of Min Woo, Michael Kim, and Adrian Sadier coming off a second place loss in the playoff. So any two of those three to top 10, including ties. It's an important little note. $3.90 is the created bet there on Sportsbet. I have linked it in my feed as well. We're going to stick to our top 20 multi. DP World Tour, we're pretty friendly with this one. So I've got Jordan Smith, Ryan Fox, and Old Min Woo. All the top 20 for a multi at $13.04. But managed to power play the shit out of it up to $14.40. Which is sure thing with Adam King at the golf course in France called...
Oh, you got me again. Saint-Normand-le-Brecht.
Thank you. Sure thing with Adam King.
Le Bois. Well, holy moly. That was a jumping, driving, Jai Tareema-esque front nine. We got, I wouldn't say cornered on the putting green, but there was a couple of comments from members that were saying, hey, I thought your putties would be getting shorter because there's not a lot of golf. But us boys, we're talking a lot of yarn, which is also going down well. But he's like, yeah, I thought they'd be getting shorter. They're actually getting longer.
The old listener, big shout out to
yeah.
Darren. We haven't given him a shout out in a while.
Big shout out, Darren.
He reckons he's probably the only listener that's listened to every single episode. So
L1 from day one.
yeah.
He says.
He doesn't mind the boring background noise when he's trying to go to sleep at night. He said it helps him drift right off. So big shout out to Blizzy. But
Yeah.
I did throw out maybe we should put a call out for the oldest listener or the listener who's probably the best at PLP podcast trivia. Maybe we do a little trivia.
Or for some early.
Yeah, on some past episodes.
Ooh. Who was there on the first ever episode?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I'd have to have a look back myself.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. you were
Was I there?
Yeah,
Probably.
pretty sure. I actually listened back to our first one. Not great. Not great. We had a segment, Tales from the... Well, actually, I might save that for the quiz. I might discuss that off air. There was some questionable segments. But pleased to say we've...
Is there something we can bring back? Like, is there any bangers from back in the day that we can bring back?
well, it's Tales from the Pro Shop or
that's right.
the little Pro Shop of Horrors.
That's right.
We called it. Mitchie would tell stories without identifying members, and it was actually quite good.
It was pretty good, yeah.
We kind of canned that when the listenership sort of went up, and it's like, well, we all kind of know who you're talking about. Like, maybe we could get some from Chocky Milkshake and sort of blend them up a bit. But yeah,
SI stories, yeah.
maybe a trivia night, or maybe just a comp online would be probably a lot easier to manage. So stay tuned, and we might even Might even give some prizes away for that. If you're an L1 from day one, let us know because we want to know if you've been putting up with us for this long and any improvements we can make. We're all ears. All right, that closes out the front nine. That closes out the front nine side of things. Stay with us, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the Preferred Lives podcast. You've joined us at halfway, which is The Turn. It's brought to you by Bloke in a Bar. Just kidding. It's brought to you by our friends at Crush Organics. But big shout out to Kempy and the Bloke in the Bar boys because I haven't had one of these in a while, and they're actually fucking fantastic. So shout out to you, Simwu, for bringing these along. They're absolutely delicious. Shout out Denon and the Bloke in a Bar team. And shout out to our mates at Crush Organics who, if you ever want proof they work, go and talk to George from Gundy who they only kicked in sort of towards 16, 17, 18 because he waited a length to take him. But when he did, he calmed down and everything was a bit more clear for George and he played really well on the last few holes. So well done. Back nine side of things, lads. Want to start off, just want to give a few shout outs. This weekend is friend of the show, Samuel from City. He's got his Bucks weekend. And he's managed to get a hold of the Ladbrokes corporate box down at a certain racetrack in Brisbane. And it's going to be lighting it up down there, proper shirts and jackets and ties. And, yeah, he's going to be having a real fat time. So I just want to give a big shout-out to Sambo, he's had a bit of a rough week, and it's all been sort of just steamrolling into the Bucks weekend. I know he's going to have a good time. So, yeah, big shout-out to Sam and the boys and the Bucks who are going to have a fucking ripper time on Saturday. Boys, do you have any shout-outs?
I've got a massive shout out. Big shout out to Ushi. So Ushi competed. For those that have been listening, we haven't heard too much of Ushi on the podcast over the last probably 3 to 6 months. He's been training his butt off for a triathlon or multiple triathlons. Finally got to complete one, and it was a fucking Ironman, a half Ironman. So Mooloolaba 70.3 completed on the weekend. Came in. A little bit worse for wear. He picked up a head cold and a bit of a flu kind of thing from his young fella from Lige, maybe a week and a half out, which was probably good timing because it got him in the middle of his taper. But yeah, he was drugging himself up. He said he'd just He said he'd just be happy to make it to the start line after all the work that he'd put in, and he's been putting in a lot of work, a very, very lot of work, a very, very lot of work,
A very lot of work.
a very lot of work. Managed
Lots of work.
to absolutely fucking blitz his targets and his goals, despite being full of mucus and running out of steam towards the end. He was aiming for 5.5 hours, and I think he came in just around 5:15 or so.
Holy shit, 15 minutes.
So for those that don't know, it's a 1.9 kilometre ocean swim in Mooloolaba there, followed by 90 kilometre cycle, and then a half marathon, which is 21.1 kilometre run.
Now, all three of those things are stupendous achievements on their own.
Oh, insane.
But to do them back to back to back,
Yeah.
absolutely
And especially-
exemplary effort.
Especially carrying illness and carrying a bit of a knee injury, and his back's been giving him a fair bit of grief as well. So he had a hell of a team. I think he got an injection from Eddie Barui, who's an orthopaedic surgeon, into his knee to help him on the Friday before he went down. The knee held up. The back, he said he was having a bit of grief with. He couldn't bend over to put his shoes on. He had to sit down to put his shoes on in the transition, and then jump on a bike for 3 hours or something stupid while he was riding, or 2 hours, monitoring his heart rate because he's obviously sick. So, I just want to give a big shout out. We haven't made too much mention of Ushi over the past couple of weeks in the lead up to this. So, I just want to give a massive shout out to him. He dedicated a lot of time. He had a good support network behind him. Obviously, everyone helping him physio-wise and massages and everything, but his wife, obviously, Em, with the family, and then the guys at work helping out as well, just taking clients when he had to be swimming in pools and riding bikes and whatnot as well. So a big team effort, but you can't take that away from him. A hell of a fucking achievement. Not too many people get to that kind of level. He dedicated a lot of time, a lot of effort. So, yeah, big, massive shout-out to Ushi for not just getting to the starting line, but absolutely smashing his fucking goal despite being absolutely crook ass.
Despite all the setbacks, yeah, big well done, Ushy. A lot of the listeners have been asking about Ushy. For those who don't know, yeah, he's been training his ass off and kicking goals, and it all sort of culminated down to this weekend where he killed it. So, yeah, big shout out to the Ush man who fucking annihilated it. I've got a Snapchat from Lukey Thomas who switched on because it was televised. He switched it on just as Ush was coming over the finish line. He was like, "Oh fuck, that's Ushy!" Like, and he got it on Snap. Like, "Oh, I turned on at exactly the right time."
Yeah,
So
as he crossed the finish line.
yeah, and he looked pretty fucking happy. He crossed the finish line. Yeah,
he said he had a few dark moments on the run, a couple of times where he thought what the fuck am I doing out here after 5 hours or 4 3/4 hours, and no crowd around him at that point. He said he had a few dark moments, a few points where he said, "No, just stop and walk." But credit to him, he pushed through those dark times, and that alone takes a lot of mental fortitude. The physical is one thing, but to get 5 hours deep into a race like that where your body's fucking fighting against you and trying to shut down, and then it's easy to say,
going.
"No, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna walk, and I'll finish at whatever time." But for him to keep nutting on, that's what it's all about. And those testing your body, testing your mind, it's a huge achievement. Yeah,
I've been to some dark places sort of through 3/4 of the way up the stairs at work. I get gotta fucking keep going, big fella. Come on, we can do this.
it's similar, I think.
I know exactly what he's going through. Like after stair 12, like it just
When you've got 4 beers left in the carton, and you just need to finish them off. You just got to do it. You got to have a bit of a chat with
similar,
yourself. Yep.
very similar, especially when the beers are up the stairs.
Yes.
Like it gets that's when you get into pure nightmare fuel. So yeah, big shout out Ushy. Well done. Simu, any shout outs from you, my friend?
To another Sam, bit of a Sam night. Just a shout out to Sam, aka Clifton Butch, who turns 35 this weekend. So,
Clifton,
a quick shout out to him.
well done. Happy birthday, Clifton Butch. Sambo, you're a bloody legend.
35.
Yeah.
Old enough for Masters now, mate. How good. Love that for him. We had this next segment for some good yarns, but we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about a little bit of rugby league. We know the tipping side of thing is over. We just wanted to have a quick chat about the finals on the weekend. Unfortunately for me and Kingy, both our teams went down. I thought Bulldogs had a bit of promising, to go down at half time, only down by 2 or 4, I think it was.
Yeah, pretty promising,
half-time.
and they had opportunities, I think, in the second half as well. But to play the majority of the match without Stephen Crichton, Kikau off early, obviously with the eye, but managed to come back on.
And the sex bomb.
And throw an intercept.
Yeah. Well, at the end, obviously, but it was a Hail Mary at the end. And honestly, we probably should have scored 2 or 3 times in those last 15 minutes. So execution, but hey, hell of a game. Honestly, didn't expect to put as many points on the Storm as we did. So it was quite exciting. It's going to be a tough press against Penrith now, especially with a lot of wounded. A lot of wounded Warriors there. But what was promising was when Crichton went off, when we moved Sexton
came in,
pushed off the knee
Burton
with his
to the
first.
centres,
Burton out of the centres was pretty rock
love
solid.
that.
I didn't mind him out there, and having a good, decent kicking option out there as well. So whether that he learned from that and keep Galvin and Sexton in the middle there.
Sexton's been named this week at 7.
Yeah.
So he's it's going to be Galvin and Sexton in the halves, and Berto's going to the centres.
Perfect.
Crichton's been named along with Marcelo Montoya on the extended bench, just to give them a chance if they do.
Yeah, he didn't look in real good form.
I don't think he's.
He tried to run on it, Crichton, after it buckled underneath. It was facing backwards at one point. And he tried to run on it a couple of times. Like, there
It's an
goes
ankle.
Crichton.
Hey, it's what do they call it? There's a buzzword for it. I just can't think of it. Syndesmosis.
Yep. Something like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any injury updates, but it didn't look real good at the time. I wasn't expecting him to make the field this week, so be a good tough match.
Good test. Yeah. Simu, thoughts on this one? The Storm just kept rolling.
They did. As Kingy was, I was probably more surprised than anything at how well the Bulldogs managed to keep it a tight game. Like they had every opportunity to just fall away there, but it is a final and they're in the top 4 for a reason because they've got a squad that has not given up at points throughout the year. So
best defensive team in the league.
Yeah, they did better than I thought they were going to do given the circumstance. Like if everyone stays fit, they do a little bit better as well, which is a different, it's a different ball game.
But that's football, yeah.
Yeah.
That's finals footy.
Just hoping and praying that they can take Nathan Cleary out this week. And
Well, they end up playing the Panthers, who dealt with the Wars. It was pretty tight early over there. The rain and the shitty weather sort of made for ideal conditions, maybe for an ambush for the Wars. They sort of held on early, but just the class of the halves and the kicking game.
Handling errors in the middle there as well.
Yeah, my probably highlight from that one was probably James Fisher-Harris and Moises Leota just fucking going at it. Like
Leota, he's French.
Leota, just going at it. The two big boys, like they're obviously bros from way back, and just going at it. There's a bit of push and shove, and I like that. Just that respect. Like I'm not going to go easy just because we're mates, sort of thing. That was my highlight. Do you boys have any thoughts on this one?
Well, that was probably the game that was most easy to pick, I guess. Like the Warriors hadn't beaten a top 8 team since round 14.
Yep.
They're on their way down. They lost what's the halfback's name, whatever his name is. He was leading the Dally M. Lost him.
Luke Metcalf.
Yeah, Metcalf. Lost someone else as well. The 9.
Wade Egan.
Yep, lost him, and their season was technically over because a team
It's always going to be tough.
that young talent, like they don't have the backups there, and they don't have a lot of depth, so it was always going to be tough for them. Unfortunately,
Mitch Barnett halfway through the season
Yeah,
too. Like
wasn't-
Origin prop.
wasn't a real good night for New Zealand. Also getting the highest score in 60 years, getting put on the All Blacks by the
Box.
Sabres.
Yeah.
So wasn't a good time to be a New Zealander. I'm sure they had a lot of confidence going into both those games, as the Kiwis normally do. It wasn't to be.
Wasn't to be. Very sad. I'm going to save the ultimate sadness for last. My ultimate sadness. There was another game that was played. The Sharks in somewhat of an upset.
This was a surprise pack, I thought.
The Roosters, that's right.
Got the Roosters. Roosters handling errors awful, and they've sort of been like that. They've been off and on all year, and they've sort of been playing for their lives in the last probably 4 or 5 weeks. And I think it's sort of caught up with them a bit. They've had to win these last 5 in a row just to get to 8th, just to play this final. I think they went back. Unfortunately, a few of those older habits where they're just dropping the ball too much, just crept into the game. The Sharks, they didn't complete as high as I would have liked, but they still got the job done. I think Nico's looking hot boy, wet hair, Heath Ledger. Like there's ominous signs there. He's improved his defense a little bit. Tricky Trindle was excellent. Their forwards, really like Cronulla's forwards. I think they did a number on probably a more fancied pack, you'd say, up against the Roosters. But if they can't hold the ball, there's not much you can do. Did you boys catch much of this one?
I did watch most of that one. Again, bit of an upset on that one. Definitely would have picked the Roosters with the form that they had, but they just didn't turn up.
Just ran out of petrol almost.
Yeah, there wasn't enough spark for them to keep going. And I think, once they got behind, that was it. There was no coming back.
Yeah, just trying to play catch up.
But the Sharks sneaking right in, I think.
Firming.
Yeah, not I wouldn't say favourites against Canberra, but definitely a lot of people are taking notice now that they've actually got into
I'm
the top 8
fucking
for a
worried.
reason.
I'm a Raiders fan, and I'm worried. Like I don't think they're going to be a walkover at all.
No, but not at night in Canberra.
Never know. Did you catch much of this one, King Man?
I watched it, and I agree with all of the discussions that you've had.
Thanks.
Perfect. Well, we've saved the best to last in what some were calling probably the best finals game that a lot of people have ever seen. Raiders Broncos was a fucking ball terror of a game. Simwu was a Broncos fan over the world. Me as a Raiders fan under the world. How do we feel about this one, boys? You said you caught the last part of it after your round at the Mid-Ams?
After our round, we were sitting down in the beer garden having a couple of beers with the boys, the playing partners, and then they shoofed it off. My wife was there. We decided to jump in, watch the last 15 minutes or so. Had been watching bits and pieces of it out on the course as well. So I'm not 100% sure on the yo-yo that happened. I did see that the Raiders were up pretty significantly with maybe 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. And then next I looked up and Broncos started rolling, and they just looked like they just carried some momentum. To the untrained eye, looked like they got the rub of the green a little bit as far as refereeing was concerned. But I think we spoke about this in the green room. Upon reflection, most of those calls seemed relatively legitimate towards the end there. As far as Reece Walsh getting taken out as a kicker, to gift a
The
penalty.
field goal, yeah,
the field goal, which then gave them a penalty right in front, which tied it up, sent them to extra time. Extra time.
Yeah, so they play extra time in the finals before they go to Golden Point. So 2 5-minute periods of extra time.
And was one of those, was that the kick off the crossbar?
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
that
that was
was
to
in
was that in
take it-
regulation?
That was to take it to
That's
extra
fucking
time.
insane. Just on that,
yeah.
like a 43-meter field goal hits the crossbar.
And
That's
bounces back out. Yeah.
fucking nuts. Like,
So was there any score in the extra time at all?
No,
No.
so Raiders almost did right at the end. They were on the left-hand side and they threw a pass.
they
and
didn't set up for fucking
Dean
field goal.
Mariner intercepted it, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
right.
in the dying
Yep.
seconds of extra time, and that was probably what saved the bacon for the
It
Broncos.
was all or nothing. If
Yep.
if that pass sticks, Raiders
Yeah,
score.
absolutely.
But having said that, they shouldn't have been going left to the sideline. They should
Well,
have been
he'd-
setting
yeah.
up for
Field goal.
a field goal. So
So then went Golden Point.
they went into Golden Point and played a few ups and backs, and then Benny Hunt he hasn't been one of Brisbane's favourite sons since 2015, but he come through in the clutch when he needed to. He hit it. He wasn't sure. It looked great. If you see the replay, sort of right behind him, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's in. As soon as he kicked it, I'm like, yeah, he's got that. But if you look, he actually slices it a bit. It comes off the upright and just clears the crossbar on the
Yeah,
way down.
yeah.
Like, so he was like, yeah, oh, like you can see his reaction. Everyone else is going like, oh, he's hit it well.
From side on, looked all
And
right.
Honey's going like, oh, I don't know if I've got this, which is pretty cool. So
Well, that was 39 metres out as well.
that was a big kick.
It was right
It was
out.
a big kick, and he struck it like just a little bit
High.
under it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might talk about the Raiders side, and then I'll let you have the final say. Look, I rewatched the game. I was getting messages from blokes that I haven't spoken to since grade 2, like, fuck the Raiders. So, like, I literally, there was a point on my phone I had 30 unread messages just from, there was a lot of like, oh, fucking unlucky, mate. Hell of a game, awesome. But there was a lot of like, man, fuck you. Like, I hate that. I hate when people just reach out to you to give you shit. Like, I haven't spoken to you since grade 2, but they'll feed you shit. So I was filthy. I rewatched the game, and there was shit decisions both ways, and you can kind of cop eyes from them. There was probably 2 that stood out. Again, not blaming the refs. The Broncos played better. Jamal, I don't think he's clutch. He showed the week before when he missed that goal from very close. He missed a goal in this game that would have shored everything up for us as well. He missed a field goal in this game as well. Like, I just don't think he's clutch. But early on, the very first set, the Raiders looked fucking hot. They got the kick off, had a great hit up. I think it was Papali took the first one, fucking charge on the front foot. Starling, bang out a dummy half, caught the marker sleeping, stands up, plays the ball. After the ball's cleared the ruck, falls over, gets a penalty for not playing the ball correctly. I'm like, he did get to his feet. That was one I didn't like. Probably didn't have too much of an
That was
effect on
horrible.
the result.
That was
But
a really bad call. Well, Broncos scored off it.
they scored three plays later. Staggs was a man. Like, if Staggs wants to play for Australia, I'd be super happy with that because
Absolutely.
fuck, we need someone like that.
He's one of the best centres in the game, I reckon.
Jesus Christ, he was good. The other one that I didn't like was probably the most controversial one. Was the headbutt. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with the 2 players getting sent, although I'm not a big fan of Hudson getting sent for just giving Reece Walsh a bit of shit. I think that's your job as he's the grub in the team. He's the one who tries to put the other team's best player off. He didn't touch him. He just fucking got right up in his face and would have said some shit to him. For him to get sent, I'm like, fair enough. They have to send 2 off. Reece headbutts him, and they get the penalty for us talking shit. I would have thought you weigh them together and you go, righto, Reece has headbutted him. He was just talking a bit of shit. The Raiders get the penalty because a headbutt's a headbutt, right? That's the one that I didn't like. And the NRL's come out and said, yeah, it should have gone the other way, but that hurt at the time. That's the one I sort of rue. But look, the Broncos are just better. They scrambled. They came in clutch when they needed to, and they got the job done, as much as that fucking hurts to say. Like, having gone from, yes, we won it 3 times to no, we haven't. Like, fuck, it was emotionally exhausting. I was a husk for the for the last 2 hours of the night. I just got real sad, had a rum, went to bed. I was exhausted. But I'd like to get your thoughts on the game somewhere real quick before we move on to the Steamers and the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah, well, almost the exact opposite of that, I guess. But
Yeah.
from the Broncos perspective, but definitely, I thought Kleiny probably let the game get away from him a bit in the first half, and I think bunker aside, I think he tried to sort of just take ownership of it in the second half. So he was just making calls and trying to keep everyone out of it. Definitely a very strange call to have someone sent off for a headbutt, but then give them the penalty when the other person didn't do anything other than.
It wasn't a send off though. That's what's even more surprising. It was a sin bin. Like
Yeah,
it's a
sin bin.
send offable event.
Well,
Like,
Yeah,
they
if
should have been
headbutts
down
someone,
to,
it's an auto
to 12
send-off.
men.
It's not though, because there's been 3 events this year and no one's been sent off. Everyone just gets put in the sin bin. So they've changed it obviously, and everyone just expects that's what it's going to be, but they just haven't been doing it. So there was Morgan
so you can go
Smithies
around
on someone, and
headbutting people. And
there was someone else. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there was.
So it
Yeah,
was
they
strange.
showed 2 other ones
Yeah.
where there was like.
It's just
they
very
led-
strange. They're not doing it anymore. But
Saifidi, I think, was the
Yes.
other one who sort of led in
yeah,
with his head a bit there.
but speaking of like headbutts, they're not guys like that you see in some of the
It's not
videos
the
on
70s.
Instagram. They're not, leaning right back and then cracking them on the skull. They're leading with the head to sort of intimidation sort of thing.
I
But
can't
anyway,
punch you, so this
Exactly.
is why. Bring back the Biff.
But no, definitely some really good signs for the Broncos. Some really good signs for Reece Walsh getting 10 minutes and then coming back and just carrying the team on his back effectively. 2 40-20s in the game. That second one, he just hides behind the ruck, pops out, and that second one was actually they were nearly 23 meters out, and it went end to touch just before. It was like
30-10 almost.
It was ridiculous. So
I was screaming at the TV. I'm like, that's got to be on the tip sheet, boys. Like, Reece Walsh is going to kick long. Like, it's not going to be Hunt. It's not going to be fucking Walters. It's going to be Reece. Like,
but then how are they going to defend that? Like, you're always going to have less people in your defensive line if you're going.
It's a great play.
They're down the back, so we've got to be in. We've got to be down there. So you got no one in the defensive line, or the wingers aren't in the defensive line from 30 meters out. It's
tough.
It's a big thing. Anyway, so they played pretty well. Obviously, we got 2 weeks off, or a week off. Sorry, until the next game. Battling a few injuries. Billy Walters.
Big Payne.
Yeah, Payne seems to be okay.
Walters
Billy with an ACL possibly.
Yeah, partial tear.
Partial tear, so they're
yeah,
looking
he's
at
not
that.
coming back.
And
Paddy Carrigan.
Paddy with a week off from this next one for his head high, which
took
was
the charge.
deserved. Yeah,
Yeah,
They didn't contest.
pleaded guilty, yeah. Because he hasn't been charged in 2 years, that gets treated as a first offence. So he gets, grade 1.
But we got Renault and Ezra due to
and
come back.
Cobbo's at training too.
Cobbo's playing. He's been listed for South Logan or someone this week, or Wynnum, one of the teams that are playing this week, and possibly Big Willie, Xavier Willison back as well. So
Scary.
Piakur has been cleared with his cheek fracture as well, so we should have a fair few people available.
He's a weapon,
make
that
up the numbers.
Piacura.
He
Just
is.
on that. Fucking. Is he
Modern day Tony Carroll.
He played for Queensland. Well, he
Yes.
was 18th man of Queensland. He could be a smoky
He could be.
for an Ashes tour. Anyway, tell us what you thought of the game. Sorry, we rambled on about rugby league there because we had to, because it was an absolute ball terror of a game and a ball terror of a weekend. So, preliminary. No, are we preliminary? Or we qualifying finals?
Semis now.
Semis. So
And
we
then
got
prelims.
Raiders Sharks on a Sunday,
Yep.
and we've got Panthers and the Doggies on a Friday night. I think this is the first non-Saturday they've had in a while. Is it Friday,
So,
Sunday?
No, Friday, Sunday is next week after next, so that's to avoid the AFL Grand Final. This week is Saturday, Sunday, I believe. Or
Yep, cool.
it's the prelims are Friday, Sunday.
Check your TV guides.
Yep.
Check your local guides. Remember TV Week? That was good. Steamers and Bunny Hunters. We'll jump back on the golf train because not a rugby league podcast. but
Sorry, Daddy D.
Fucking hell, that was a big one. That was
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was.
of rugby
There
league
was,
chat,
yeah.
lads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steamers and Bunny Hunters. I've got a Bunty Hunter that I'm going to post. We've nicknamed the Panda Fucker, Georgie Pez, man. Me and him went out for a practice round on the Friday afternoon. If you've played Ridge at 16, if you've got a bit of a slicey boy with your driver, it's probably the perfect hole to hit driver and sort of slice this little dog leg off. Georgie hitting a slice all day says, "Yep, I'm just going to hit this nice and hard, and it's going to fade. It's going to be great. I'm going to have it 10 metres in. I might even drive the green. Sweet as. Comes off like a rocket, hard left, straight into the panda food. Just snaps his head around. Do you reckon we'll find that? That's a Pro V. I'm like, yeah, we'll find it. In my head, I'm thinking, not a chance. Like, you might find my fucking Strix that I hit in there in grade 7. That's about all you're going to find. Pez has wandered off in there, and I lost sight of him for a bit. I'm like, hang on, this could be. I got him on tape coming out of the bunty. some good viewing. So we'll put that up on the socials. But yeah, big shout out to Pez who spent some time in the Panda Food this week. Lads, do you have a Bunty Hunter or a steamer you want to share with us?
Yeah, I've just got a little steamer. I was going to do a different one, but I found this one, which is a little bit better. A literal steamer because of the temperature and the lack of rain in Hawaii at the moment. So the PGA Tour have announced over the last 24 hours that the this year's Century Tournament of Champions, which is played in January, is normally at Kapalua on Maui, I believe.
Yep.
So it's not going to be played there this year because they're in
There's drought.
drought conditions. So I haven't ever seen any photos of that course when it's not prim and proper. So I would
Green
imagine
as,
it would look pretty.
It must be bad for
pretty
the
wretched.
like early too.
So the reason why they've called it so early is because there's so much logistics involved with getting the tour across to Hawaii that they've actually got to, if it's not there, they've got to make a call now so they can prepare to take it somewhere else. So I did jokingly mention that it would be at Torrey Pines, which is the place that I love to play, Torrey Pines, but
Yeah.
it'll be freezing cold over there in San Francisco at that time of year. So yeah, probably some other tropical Florida type location, possibly.
A little bit further
Texas,
south.
yeah, Texas or something. So yeah,
Close to
look
the
for that.
equator somewhere.
Keep
yeah.
an eye out for that on PGA Tour social media.
Stay tuned. King Man, you got a steamer or a
Yeah,
bunty for us?
I've got one of each actually. There were plenty of bunty hunting going on around Royal Pines on the weekend. I found a couple of fig tree roots. For those that don't know what a fig tree root looks like, they sit about 8 inches high, about 3 inches thick, and then they taper themselves down. And there's about 40 of them. So if you're inside one of them, there's no getting out of the motherfucker. You're either taking an unplayable. I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe try and hit a 60 degree out of one, and it ended up going straight backwards. Might have double bogeyed that hole. That's not
forwards.
Yeah, so that was a negative bunty hunter one, and that was coming off the back of a 3-putt double bogey as well. Into a double bogey there. A cool little bunty hunter save on the 8th was a drivable par 3, which I actually drove. I think I mentioned that earlier in the podcast.
Drivable par 3.
Yeah, drivable par 4, sorry, yeah. I probably should have hit driver on that 215 metre one out the back. Drivable par 4, round 2 actually drove the green, so I thought round 3, fuck, I'm going again. Got a little quick at the top. May have duck hooked this motherfucker into the bunty water. I saw a nice little splash, maybe 80 metres out.
Splunty.
So drove my cart down there, took my drop in around about the area that I thought it was. Had a nice elevated green, 85 metres.
Perfect.
To a back left flag with the water looming on the left-hand side. Hit the crispiest lob wedge I've ever hit in my life to about 3 foot, tapped it in for a par.
Oh,
Yeah. So I actually parred it the first day, birdied it with a 2-putt birdie on the second day, and parred it out of the bunty on the third day.
all
So
time out of the splush.
yeah, so that bitch was my bitch. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It was the only hole that I
Did they rename that Kingy's Hole afterwards?
Oh.
Like, did you have to sign a plaque?
I did. I got a steamer as well. Keegan Bradley kicking around in his golf cart at the Pro Core wearing full Ryder Cup gear. Just choo-choo on the train. Doot, doot.
Classic. Look at me. Spec. What a dickhead. Like, honestly.
I'm not sure if Luke Donald was kicking around in a golf cart at Wentworth.
No, he wasn't.
Not in full kit.
Yeah, what a sped.
That's it's just what he would do.
Yeah.
It's right. It's right on brand.
It's expected.
It's
Yeah.
right on brand for King, which is. Yeah.
Was Bryson around there? He was supposed to be in and around. I didn't see much
I
social
didn't
media of
see
He
him.
was driving the car.
Hey, Cap, where do you want to go?
It was his birthday, actually.
I can see him like that. Old
Bryson's
Bryson.
birthday.
Yeah, how old do you reckon he is?
Bryce?
29.
27 and a half.
Okay, I thought he was older than that. He's 32.
Oh.
Yeah, I was surprised he was 30. I thought he'd be like 35 or something.
Oh,
Anyway.
No, that probably rings true. Well, he's been on live for 4 years, hasn't he? He was one of the first to go over.
Sure.
Carry on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Any other steamers? Any other bunny hunters? Any other golf yarns? We did, yeah, apologies about the rugby league yarn, but
Apologies to everyone except Roe.
yeah, Rowie would be sitting there with a
You're welcome, Roe.
bit of moisturiser. he'd be loving it.
I'm putting money on Roe. He's switched off. I don't think he's listening anymore.
No, he is. Yeah, he always does. He
He
loves it.
listens to the end. He's not happy about it, but
He
he
would have been
does.
swearing at the podcast. I reckon that was 20 minutes worth
was.
of rugby league
It
chat.
was, at least.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for preferred tries next season. Where we talk nothing but rugby league and a little bit of golf.
I do have anything else.
Yeah.
Cam Davis is coming down under. So he's
D-man.
he's confirmed. So he's the next on the list for the Oz PGA and the Australian Open as well. Which is
There's
pretty
a few
exciting.
big names now, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's starting to stack up.
We definitely need to investigate some tickets.
Yeah, maybe some media passes.
Yeah.
We can get behind the ropes and balaclavas. Green balaclavas.
Smell some burnt toast. Be good.
Shout out Mitch of Am I Having a Stroke fame. Love that. Well, yeah, if you want to write in, if you want to tell us to shut the fuck up about rugby league, we'd like to hear from you about that. If you want to tell us about any of your rounds you've had, any bounty hunters, any steamers, anything like that, we'd love chatting to you. And we want to spend, obviously, next week previewing the Ryder Cup side of things. So it's going to be a bit of a deep dive into that. And then the week after that, we want to do a bit more probably user is not the right word, maybe a bit more listener content. We want to do what's more relevant for you guys, and we want to know what you guys think of the show and what you'd like to hear more of. So feel free to drop us a line and get in touch with us. If you see us out on the course, hit us up. Simu, Kingy, thank you for tonight. You've been excellent. I'm going to sign off and say, if you can't get out of it, get into it, and don't put sugar in your coffee.
My hat's off to y'all. Thanks a lot.